Welcome back to
Welcome
episode
back.
63. We are going to go over and do a couple more segments after we did our picks and our talks about each series. We're going to go into the top 5 role players in this playoffs. Now, I have reasonings behind mine. I kind of went a little deep. I have them from 5 to 1 and why they are where they are. I'll start. I'm going to go ahead with my fifth pick. As far as fifth most important role player is probably Malik Beasley. He's going to be most likely sixth man of the year if Peyton Pritchard doesn't. I don't know if they don't kind of. I think he should deserve it, but I think I could have him higher. But even if he gets 20 a game, I still don't see the Pistons having enough. But I believe him and Tim Hardaway are kind of tied for that as far as role players go. So they're the fifth for me. What about you?
I got Alcer Thompson from
Awesome.
Detroit
Okay. For Detroit. Okay.
because I feel like he's responsible for a lot of defense as well, like guarding the best perimeter defender.
Yep.
Um,
That's a great pick.
so and like I said earlier, with Cade being basically the main guy on the offense and what the offense revolves around, I think if he can put up some points as well
Hustle
consistently,
points.
that's going to help a
Yep.
lot.
Yep. Hustle plays, things like that. Absolutely.
Yep.
My fourth is going to be Norman Powell because he's a big time spark off the bench for the Clippers, and he's what they call a professional scorer.
Oh, looks like I
He
can
has
do some
he
work
could
here.
be huge, but the reason I'm putting him up at 4 is because he has less responsibility in that offense. So
Yeah.
yeah, I got him at 4 as far as the importance I think in role players in this round.
Oh yeah.
Who's your, who about you? What about you?
I'm gonna go with Evan Mobley. It's
Okay.
because he also defense. I just love that. He's played great defense and helps. All those perimeter defenders at the rim there.
Right.
Oops, hold on a second.
Oh yeah, he's first team all defense for sure.
Right. He might. And some people have him for
Oh, he
defensive
will
player of the
for
year.
defensive player of the year. Oh yeah, people got him in
Yeah.
top 3. Absolutely, a bunch of people have voted him. I think defensive player of the year.
Yeah. I don't think that he's as heavily relied upon on offense as far as scoring consistently. He does his thing. I mean, he's hard to guard. He's very talented around the rim. I've seen him take a couple
I'm gonna
shots as
let you.
well, but
I'm gonna let you have this one, but I think truthfully, he's probably the second best player on their team
yeah,
as far as like a role player. I mean, he probably is. Garland, you put it on Garland and Mitchell, but as far as what he does, he might be the
yeah,
second best player on their team.
you're probably
Um,
you're probably
but there's a
right.
couple guys off their bench actually that I like that are pretty good, but I don't have them on my list. My third is going to be a split between guys we talked about earlier, Christian Brown and Aaron Gordon. I think if they hit open shots and they attack and make the floor easy to maneuver for Joker, I think that they might not get bounced in the first round.
Yep, that's who I got too, Christian Brown.
Nice.
Yep, I just think that they're gonna need him big time, especially from that spot
Absolutely.
because he's just gonna have the worst defender probably out of everybody on him.
And truth be told, he at this point in their career, he can give you way more offense than Contavious Caldwell Pope
Yeah,
could. It was losing Bruce Brown and Pope that kind of hurt him over the last couple of seasons.
yeah, absolutely.
Um, my number 2 is OG Anunoby because I think, and even though people say he's kind of a star too, I mean, he's to me, it's Cat and Brunson and then everybody else. So I think that while Brunson was out, he was great. And I have a strange feeling that Brunson running back in, he might not be great. So I think that's the most important thing about this that the Knicks like need him and Towns to get a significant number of touches and attack the rim. I just feel like that's what's going to be a winning formula over having Jalen Brunson take 28 shots a game.
Absolutely. Yep. You got to balance out. You got to help them out a little bit. I mean, got
And
to
the
have a
Knicks,
balanced offense.
the Knicks have the most questions about like what is this team, so that's why he's second for me.
Yeah. So do the
What about
Rockets.
yours?
So that's why I got Amin Thompson
Oh yeah,
because you could say he could be the star or one of the
he's
couple of
not the
two, three
star.
stars, but
He's not, but because he had Sengun and Jalen Green right now, but he's
yeah,
gonna be. He's gonna
but
be.
but I just think that he's huge. I mean, he's
He's
asked to
yeah.
guard the best defender, or he's asked to be the best defender on the court every night. The coach asks a
Didn't he,
lot out of him.
didn't he hold Steph to like 1 to 10 a few weeks ago?
Yep, three
Couple.
points. Yeah.
3 points. Yep. 10 days ago, actually. No, it was 11 days ago.
11. The clock is
11 days
ticking.
ago. Clock is ticking. Yeah. I definitely feel that one. My number one actually might surprise you. Who do you think my number one is? Take a guess.
Mm.
It's in the West.
Mm-mm-mm-mm. Jalen Williams.
Nope. Okay, go
Um,
ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and give it to you. It's same team. It's Isaiah Hardenstein, and the reason is
mm,
because we talked about it last year, and we talked about how important he would be to helping them rebound. Well, I found an interesting stat about him. He played 57 games this year. He led the Thunder in rebounding in 40 games this year. Over 40, actually. I think it was like 41 or 42. So he had 15 games where he didn't lead him in rebounding.
yeah, I mean
I just feel
he's giving them a big piece of what they were missing last year, which is
I
being
said
able to
I
get
feel
them
like
hard rebounds.
they were missing one piece, and he's the missing piece. We talked about it last year. I think this is what gives them the best chance to get, find the Celtics or the Cavs in the finals or whoever may come out of the East. Most likely the Celtics, I guess. But who's your
Probably.
number one?
Um, I don't know. This is crazy. I don't know who's more of a role player, but
Mm,
I think I'm just gonna go with what I had initially and go with Butler
okay.
because I think that Draymond Green is more of like a facilitator and more the ball goes through him a little more. But I think that is why I say Butler is because I think that if he can do what he's known to do in the playoffs or in the postseason, I think that's going to help them get at least a lot of game sixes and game sevens and shit like that, or at least
Right.
end of the game situations where they have a chance to maybe win or steal a game that maybe they shouldn't have.
He'll be
And
the most important part of their entire team. Absolutely.
yeah, I wanted to say Draymond,
Because,
but I think that Draymond is just so much of that team that I just couldn't really
but
go with that one
well,
as far as a
also
role player.
Draymond is probably a better role player, but also Draymond makes some bad decisions. He's like, yeah, there. We'll figure this out in our next segment.
Yeah,
So watch out. We're gonna do an Intangi's Mountain segment of decision makers, good and bad. I have good and bad as far as it goes for each of these teams. And it looks like
Take it easy, Mountain Face.
um. All right, let's get
hello.
going. Sorry, I had a little technical difficulty there. We're gonna go into the best decision makers.
Beep. Sorry.
Also, it looks like Miami's going to become the first 10 seed to make it out of the play-in tournament and into the playoffs. They were 0-3 or 0 and I think 0-6 or something so far. All right, Oklahoma City. Who's the best decision maker on this team?
Let me see what I got here. Best decision maker. I'm gonna go with SGA.
Right.
That's because he knows how to manipulate his defender and the rotation. You know, the rotating defenders, the help defenders, and he knows how to draw contact and get to the line, slow the pace down, get the free points there. So yeah, I'd say him.
Do you have a worse decision maker for their team?
Yeah, it is. I'm gonna say Jalen Williams he had a lot of turnovers, but I'm gonna say Chet because I just feel like Chet is kind of single-minded sometimes and just starts like he'll like shoot a lot of contested three-pointers and things like that where maybe he should have just tried a blow by or a pump fake and replace. But I don't know. I just think I'm gonna go with Chet just because I think sometimes he doesn't make the right play.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to agree with you on both those fronts. So I'll just move along to the 2 seed Houston. I think there's Sengun in the center. Alfred Sengun is the best decision maker on their team. And I fear that could be a problem because though they want to have an offense like OKC, they don't have an offense like OKC. They have an offense more like Orlando. And Jalen Green is by far their worst decision maker.
Yeah.
He has a one-track mind. He is like a professional scorer who has the responsibility of being a top echelon player for them. So
Nice.
you on board with those?
No, yeah, oh yeah, I agree. I mean, I had Van Vliet
Okay.
as mine just because
Okay.
he leads a team in assists and his turnovers, or assist to turnover ratio is pretty good. But
See, I just feel like
much,
Van Fleet. I just feel like right. I feel like Van. You got to be able. You have to be in the game enough to be a main decision maker
For
as
sure.
far as that kind of stuff goes. All right, 3. The Lakers. I mean, you go ahead and make this call if you want.
I don't know if I got the same as you, but I got LeBron as the best decision maker because I feel like since Luka's been there, there's been a lot of times where LeBron will come in and he'll be leading the team offense, and things just settle down and they're running some sets and they're working the ball, they're getting the ball popping and moving. Where I feel like Luka sometimes he'll just play with that guile to a fault and just be like, I'm bust your ass, and a lot of times he does, but sometimes he doesn't, and it's not pretty basketball overall, where I think LeBron comes in. And my worst decision maker for Lakers is I just went with Vanderbilt because I feel like he shoots just kind of contested shots as well, and kind of kills the possession. And I think he's more of a defender, but anyway, so it's no wonder he probably is their worst decision maker in my opinion. But got anything to add to that, or any differences?
Not really. I had a tie between Luka and LeBron because I still think Luka does make good decisions, and it's not. There's not a lot of times that he has horrific games, but I think their decisions are on an equal level on this team.
They're pretty much
them
equal.
Share the ball equally, but you're right. But like as far as tempo and offense. Tempo and offense and everything, I think LeBron plays a better floor game with Luka out there too. It's great.
Yeah.
And I think Jackson Hayes might be, just because I think he might get lost a little defensively in this matchup, and I kind of can't wait to see that. I think he's young. I don't think he looks great doing that exact thing. I just think that they might put him into a little more action, and then we'll see how that works.
Oh, he'll be tested.
All right. I'll do the Clippers. Yep. It's a tie.
For best, be Nuggets or Clippers?
I'm sorry, Nuggets.
You could do the next two.
Sure. No. I want to do the Clippers, so you do the Nuggets.
All right, Nuggets. I have. Sorry for all the English majors out there. I have Jokic, obviously, because he's one of the best decision makers, if not the best in the league.
He's the best decision maker in the league.
Yeah. And then I have for them worst decision maker is Porter, because he's a liability on defense. Porter Jr., sorry. Don't want to get anybody confused. He's a liability on defense, and he hasn't been shooting very well and giving them the best. I just feel like he's a ball stopper as well on offense, and just kind of a one-trick pony with the old jump shot there from beyond the arc.
All right.
What say you?
I'm going to talk a little shit here and say you couldn't be more wrong, because their worst decision maker is one of the Star Wars decision makers in the history of the league, and it is Russell Westbrook.
Oh my God. Okay. Yeah.
All right.
You're right. Sorry.
You're right.
Forget all that bullshit I said about
didn't even
Porter
write
Jr.
down. It's funny. I didn't even write down reasonings. I just literally wrote the names Jokic and Westbrook. That was it. Like no explanation needed.
All right. Overlooked them. Overlooked that guy.
All right. I wanted the Clippers because it's a tie for best and worst between James Harden and James Harden.
What a night for us.
I truly think that he is the key. His decisions come down to being the key, and I hope that they they'll just let Kawhi close. But he runs so much of that offense, and he's been great. He has been. He's had a terrible shooting year, but he's been great with the assists. He's been reasonably trying on defense. Tyler will make you play D.
That's what she said.
I guarded Allen Iverson and Hart.
I guarded him so hard that I fell, and then he stepped over me.
He did, you know what? He did actually a decent job on him during that season. It was like he made it tough for him here and there. It wasn't all, but all right. What do we got next?
He's like the light skinned, less talented AI.
Right.
I mean, come on, let's be honest.
And we got Minnesota next. You want this one or you want me to take this one?
Go ahead.
I got Anthony Edwards as their best decision maker, which worries me kind of, and I have Julius Randle as their worst decision maker, which worries me kind of.
Overall.
Who, Julius Randle? Julius Randle?
Besides Westbrook. Him and Westbrook.
They're tied.
They're duking it out.
Okay. All right, that one's good. So, all right, then what do you got for the Warriors?
I have no rebuttal. I'm gonna go with Steph, because though he may shoot a lot, sometimes to a fault where he's not really going for, or he's not really hitting.
I don't see him doing that as much with this team.
I think he has to. But I just think he has to, and I think you have to play with that mentality if you're him. And but I do think that he also understands when it's time to hit that big shot, when it's time to put him away, when it's time to go night-night. So
we will discuss that
he has the ball in his hand a lot,
at another time. But
I wanted to say Draymond, but I do have Draymond written down, but I decided to go Steph there.
Okay. I'm going to give Steph his flowers, and the way I see him playing is at the top possible athletic. He's running his ass off. I'm doing this because I think he knows. He can see. Like, if it ain't going to be this time, it ain't going to be. This is the last ride. Maybe, but you only got, it's a closing window. So I think he's playing his ass off. I'm going to give him his flowers for that. But I had a tie, like another tie between Draymond on the court and then Draymond while play is stopped. That's my tie for best decision maker and then worst decision maker. Draymond on the court, Draymond when play is stopped. So, yeah, that was my tie for that one. So 8 looks like we don't know yet. The Heat, they're the 8 in the what's it called, so we can talk about them. But I guess we'll just go ahead and start.
Spoelstra.
Yeah, we'll start at number 1 in the East, the Cavs. I have Darius Garland as their best decision maker. And this is another one that I don't know who I have as their worst decision maker unless Donovan Mitchell decides to try and go like mano a mano and not do what he's done all season. Because Donovan Mitchell has done that all season. The same thing as I said before, he's sacrificed a lot because he could score 30 a game. He knows he could, but he's sacrificed a lot. And I think that's important too. So this might be one of the teams that I don't really have a bad decision maker. This and the Celtics, it's really hard to find bad decision makers on these teams. Yeah, they're very well coached.
That's why they have so many damn wins.
Yup. But yeah, what do you think about those? I mean, are you all right with Garland?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. What do you got for the Celtics?
For the Eclectics, I have Derek White as their best decision maker. I just think he's always making the right play. And he also has that spidey sense where he knows when it's time to hit the big shot or take the big shot. He's not afraid. He's definitely a leader. I mean, he was he played a huge role in the Olympics with those guys. And I think their worst, just for, I guess, we'll see, is Tatum because it's probably Jaylen Brown, actually.
It's Jaylen Brown.
Yeah, it's Jaylen Brown.
It's Jaylen Brown.
Jaylen Brown is just kind of squirrely. He just does some goofy shit. You're just like, okay. Like,
This year, Tatum is their best decision maker. He is. He's better. He is, but because he's responsible for so much more. And you don't win that many games with your main guy being that responsible for that much shit if he's not a good decision maker. So I said if they win another one, I might have to admit I was wrong, take everything back because I think he's found that balance and his shots going this year. His shots going a lot better. That's important. That makes the defense sag off or tighter on you. It gives you opening driving lanes. It does so much for you when your shot's going. So that's where I have with that. And I have Jaylen Brown because I feel like the same thing with Donovan Mitchell. I just feel like, and he turns the ball over. He's the only real like ISO player. He can hit open threes just like the rest of them, but he's the only pure scorer that's like gonna come at your ass, be physical. He's Jimmy Butler.
Yeah.
With a better 3-point shot.
Yeah, and he's like, he just seems too damn nice.
Sometimes. I think he's mad this year, though. All right.
Who, Tatum?
I'm sorry. Yeah. Who?
Brown?
No, Brown.
Okay, that's who I thought you were talking
about.
Brown. All right.
Yeah, Brown. All right, moving along. Number 3 is the Knicks. Who do you got?
I think it's on you.
Oh, is it on me? I'm sorry. Okay. With the Knicks, I'm going to go with Josh Hart. I think he's the best true decision maker on that team. I think he makes all the best plays. He does the right thing all the time.
Second in assists per game.
And Cat may be the worst, just because I've seen it so many times. Yeah. I've just seen it so many times, and also I take that into account with him and Jalen, him and Triple J. I take it into account when you foul. He's leading. I think he's leading the leagues in fouls. Him and Triple J are number 1 and number 2. There's not even like a top guy within the top like 10 other than them. It's crazy. So that's bad decision making to me. What do you think?
Yeah, that's exactly who I have on my list.
Nice.
Yep.
All right, moving along. We got number 4 is the Pacers. Yes.
Packers. I got Halliburton. as
Of
their
course.
best decision maker. He's
Okay.
leads the league. Sorry, in the team per what is it? 36? Is that how they?
Oh yeah. Per 36 minutes. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and overall per game.
Oh yeah. He's
by
everything.
a lot. And
Yep.
he kind of makes that team go offensively for sure. And then I got Nemhart as their
Yep.
worst decision maker. He just has. I don't think he's leading the team in turnovers per game, or per 36. But he's up there. He's like 2.
Right.
Considering he probably doesn't have the ball that much. That's not good.
Right.
What you got?
I agree with you about Tyrese Halliburton. Because of what I said earlier about this team losing stupid games, I'm going with their worst decision making as coaching. Even though I know that Rick Carlisle's good, but that's mine for this one. I don't see a lot of real weak points in their team. They actually are a really good team. They could run with almost anybody. It's just their coaching they do some dumb shit. And Halliburton can make bad decisions too.
Yeah.
But he makes the best decisions for the team. It's just in those moments when you need him to make good ones. Moving along. What do you got for the Bucks? Or is this one on me? I just can't. Okay. I got Giannis as the best decision maker, which doesn't if he goes 2001 Shaq and gets 9 assists with that per game, it's gonna be tough to beat him. But they have Kyle Kuzma on their team too, who is like the worst decision maker I've seen in a really long time in basketball. Period. He's like the future Russell Westbrook. So I feel like that, and he's number.
There. He's there.
It's tough. So I think, do you agree with those two?
Absolutely.
All right. Pistons, this is on you, brother.
I'm going to go with Cade.
All right.
Captain Cade. I mean, he's been the main decision maker. He's been the facilitator. He's done a great job. I love how his game has evolved into this Luka-esque style of delays and hesitation and change of pace and slowing it down and using your body and getting them on their hip, getting the guy
very similar.
And just letting the defense kind of dictate what he does. You come out, I'm gonna throw it up. I'm gonna kick it. If you play back, I'm gonna hit a little floater. I'm gonna hit a little jump shot.
Yep.
If you guys play both under, you drop and go under the screen, then I'm gonna pull up and hit that too. So, I like him. And their worst is, I think, Tobias Harris, because he can get a little ball centric as far as like, hey, give me the ball, and then he'll like try to just go to work and try to score ISO. And I think he's also a liability on defense because them hips just aren't as fluid as they used to be, if you know what I mean.
There's the thing they used to call like Tobias Harris syndrome, where a guy would be in the game for like 12 minutes and you wouldn't remember 9 of them.
God damn you.
So, and I think it's funny because there's a lot of players like that right now. But yeah, I'm
at Joe Montana.
I think it's tough because I think it's like Cade's the best decision maker, and then kind of the rest of the team is bad. Kind of bad decision makers. Now, I don't want to say it like that, but it's so heliocentric. You don't know what kind of decision makers they are. Yeah, so far, Malik Beasley and Tim Hardaway Jr., like I talked about, they're gonna their decision
see tomorrow you're gonna see Saturday at 6:00.
Yep. Saturday at 6:00. Yep. Number 7 is Orlando.
It's on you.
And this one is tough because obviously it's Banchero, but I don't even feel comfortable with that. And the coaching and offense alone are the worst decisions as far as like a team goes. I've never seen an offense run so stagnant without like Jalen Suggs. And it's like, Jalen Suggs is a good player. I'm not saying he's not, but if that's what your offense relies on to be special, I don't know if your offense can ever be special.
Yeah.
And we talked about that, the Banchero and
Banchero is, and also kind of hurt him too because he gets, he does a lot and he's tired. He can get tired. So like once you're tired,
he's also not a good shooter. He doesn't use the advantage of being a big guy. Jaylen Brown shoots better than Banchero, and he's a guard. It just doesn't make sense that he's shooting like 44% from the field. That doesn't make sense.
Putting in that work.
Yeah, putting in the work of getting down on the block. Get to the rim. You're not Carmelo Anthony. But then 8, I guess, is going to be the Heat. So, do you have, a best and worst for them? Because we didn't know till just now.
Angle to dangle is strictly proportionate to the heat of my meat. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I'm going to go.
Heat. I guess I got to say, I like Hero. I like Bam. I mean, Bam is one of my favorite players in the whole league, but I guess I'll go Hero because he has a lot of scoring responsibilities on his shoulders, and so not only does he have to make the good decisions, when he's gonna score or on defense, because he's guarding the best perimeter defender, but he's also has to make good decisions coming off the ball, coming off screens, playing off the ball. I'm sorry, coming off screens. Using them screens properly, and just so either he's got a wide open shot or he's got a nice kick down to somebody rolling or some shit like that. So I'm gonna go with him. And worst, I don't know. I guess who do you think? Who do you got for the worst?
I really don't on their team. That's kind of the rest too. I think Bam makes some decisions to he doesn't make he's not selfish enough sometimes.
Yeah.
I think that's important.
Yeah.
And I don't think they're gonna get anywhere anyway against Cleveland. So
right.
It's tough. But all right, last couple minutes here. Let's try to rapidly go about our MVP picks. I'm gonna pick Jokic for MVP. That doesn't matter. I don't matter. But at the same time, I'm picking Jokic. I think he had a season we've never seen before, and I just think that's important. He was more efficient than everybody. I think that's important because Luka last year, everybody's like, he's got the stats, and now Jokic has the stats. It's like not shooting like 60% from the field, and true shooting's like 69%. There's no stats that say Luka was efficient at all last year, and that's the difference between these two seasons. I think it's a unicorn season. I've seen Shea's season before. Michael Jordan did it like 7 times. Just saying. So, what do you think? What do you got?
I'm gonna go SGA. I'm rooting for Jokic. I prefer Jokic wins it.
I think SGA wins it. I do.
He should have won it last year, but yeah, I just think it's because it's a perimeter league. It's a 5-out league. It's a guard league. He looks cool. He's got the look. He's got the popularity.
Mm-hmm.
And they are trying to pass the torch at some point. And I guess if he's the guy, he's not a bad person. And he's kind of American. I mean, Canada's right there, But no, I mean, I think
he's got perimeter guards though that help him out as far as defense goes. That's just my opinion.
Yeah, Jokic should win it because
Dort might win.
Jokic doesn't have anything around him. He's got Westbrook. He made Westbrook look good.
He made Westbrook look good until it was time to
until he scored 61. He's like, finally, I have my day. And Westbrook's like, hold up,
let me break this layup.
Like, no.
He was probably like, oh, well, back to the ponies.
You are like Russell.
Italian. I'll take the pony. We gotta get that one on so we can use it for Jokic.
I will call you Russell Wilson now, you stupid.
Yeah. I think Jokic deserves it, but I think SGA will win it. And again, I guess
him to win it. I think the league needs him to win it.
We've already called our picks. I'm going to come on and do some after the games. I don't know if I'll get on tomorrow night. I might try to get on Sunday night and get all the games over the weekend kind of covered real quick. But
definitely not a bad idea.
And then we'll reconvene maybe in a week and see where we're at with things. And
right here, if the Celtics repeat, will you have to admit you're wrong about Jason Tatum?
I think I might.
Yeah,
I think I might. If he's the star and he just makes good decisions down the stretch and they look unbeatable, because I think we might have that happen. I think the Celtics and OKC might just drown some people. I think it might happen. We'll see. The Clippers are my only hope. I have Clippers and Cavs in the finals like an idiot because that ain't happening. And who do you have? Do you still have Celtics, OKC? Yep. You have the Celtics repeating, right?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if that happens. The odds are on that. So we'll see what happens. Glad to be at the playoffs. Glad to get started.
Great day tomorrow. Great day Absolutely. On Saturday. Let's go.
Great episode, man. Love talking to you.
Part B of episode 36 for two gents talking sports and
63.
Shit. 63?
63, not 36.
Oh, sorry.
You're thinking of our age, not our.
Dyslexia is a hell of a drug.
All right. Kill him, sister.
Brother.
All right. Thanks, guys. Thanks for listening.
All right, baby. Peace.
Bye.
Gentlemen. Pressure makes diamonds are cold.
Gentlemen.
Diamonds are cold, yeah.
Gentlemen.
Pressure makes diamonds are cold.
Gentlemen.
Diamonds are cold, yeah. It's just two dudes being gents talking sports.
That's what I love about Wyatt. He can talk himself into anything.